Yellow Adonai, Leolam, Elohai, Zion, Ledo, Wado, Hallelujah, Hallelujah. In the name of the eternal, merciful, compassionate, and gracious Elohim, long-suffering, slow to anger, and abundant in goodness and truth, rich in steadfast kindness, extending kindness to the thousandth generation, forgiving iniquity, transgression, and sin. I bear witness that there is only one eternal Elohim in whom we move, live, and have our being. The eternal Elohim, who will bring Israel back out of captivity and have compassion on Israel, and will again gather Israel from all the nations where the eternal Elohim has scattered Israel. Heaven and earth bear witness to the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart that there is only one Elohim, the eternal, and that Chief Rabbi Wentworth Arthur Matthew of blessed memory, the messenger who in 1919 founded Commandment Keepers Ethiopian Hebrew Congregation of Living God Pillar and Ground of the Truth, also known as Commandment Keepers Ethiopian Hebrew Congregation Beth Hatafela Headquarters, also known by many other names collectively, Commandment Keepers, one entity, not two. On this beautiful day at Synagogue, located at 225 East Kinney Street, Newark, New Jersey, we greet you in Hebrew, the ancient tongue of our ancestors. Shalom Aleichem, peace be unto you. It is customary among Israelites to read a weekly portion from the Bible or Torah. The study of Torah is paramount. Without Torah, man cannot know Elohim's will. With Torah, man can penetrate the wisdom of the Creator himself. The essence of being an Israelite is expressed through the study and keeping of Torah. The Torah is the foundation of the world. It is Elohim's blueprint for the creation of the universe. We bless Elohim before studying or reading any biblical passages. Therefore, we begin Parashat Pekudei with a blessing for the study of Torah in Hebrew and English. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kadishano b'mitzvotav v'tivanu la'asok divrei Torah. Blessed are you, eternal our Elohim, ruler of the universe, who has sanctified us with commandments and commanded us to study words of Torah. In the tradition of Rabbi Zechariah Halevi ibn Abraham of blessed memory, I would like to begin Parashat Pekudei by saying these words. I rejoice when they say unto me, let us go to the house of Yah. Our feet now stand within thy gates, Jerusalem. Torah or Bible. It is a tree of life for those who grasp it. Its ways are ways of pleasantness, and all its paths are shalom. Lengthy days are at its right, and at its left wealth and honor. The eternal desire for the sake of Israel's righteousness, that the Torah be made great and glorious. Parashat Pekudei is the 23rd weekly Torah portion in the annual Israelite cycle of Torah reading. It constitutes Exodus chapter 38, verse 21 through chapter 40, verse 38. Parashat Pekudei in Hebrew means accounting of. Parashat Pekudei is the last book of Exodus, Shemot. The parashat begins, Ale Pekudei ha-mishakin, mishakin ha-idut, asher puked al-pi, Moshe avodat ha-leviyim, Bayir Itamar bin Aharon These are the accounts of the tabernacle, even the tabernacle of the testimony, as they were rendered according to the commandment of Moshe, through the service of the Levites, by the hand of Ithamar, the son of Aaron, the priest. Exodus chapter 38, verse 21. Our Simeon discoursed here on the verse, quote, in the beginning Elohim created the heaven and earth, quote, end quote. Genesis 1, verse 1. When the Holy One, blessed be He, created the world, He created it after the pattern of the supernal world. All the aspects of the upper world He established in the lower, so that the two worlds should be firmly knitted together. Furthermore, the Holy One, when about to create the world, used the Torah as a copy and also the divine name, which is the epitome of the Torah, and by it firmly established the world. By three energies is the world upheld, to wit, by wisdom, Chakmah, understanding, Binah, and knowledge, Da'at. Observe that with the same three energies, the tabernacle was built, as it was written. And, quote, and I filled him with the spirit of Elohim, in wisdom and in understanding and in knowledge, end quote. Exodus chapter 31, verse 3. An accounting is made of the gold, silver, and copper donated by the people for the making of the Mishkan. Bezalel, Aholiab, and their assistants make the 8 priestly garments: the apron, the breastplate, the cloak, the crown, the hat, the tunic, the sash, and breeches, according to the specifications communicated to Moshe in the Parashat of Tetzaveh. The Mishkan is complete, and all its components are brought to Moshe, who erects it and anoints it with the holy anointing oil, and initiates Aaron and his 4 sons into the priesthood. A cloud appears over the Mishkan, signifying the divine presence that has come to dwell within it. In conclusion, Parashat Pekudei gives a clue as to the number of people who left Mizraim during the Exodus. According to the sages, over 2 million people were present at the time the Mishkan was filled with the divine presence, less than 1 calendar year after the Exodus on Nisan 15. This number is determined by the account of the weight of the silver used for the sockets, Adonim, of the Mishkan, Exodus chapter 38, verse 25. As mentioned earlier, a half-shekel tax was imposed on all males from the age 20 years and up, Exodus 30, chapter 30, verse 13 through 16. Moshe recorded the weight of the silver to be 100 talents, i.e. kikars, plus 1,175 shekels. If 1 kikar equals 3,000 shekels, and there were 100 kikars, this amount to 300,000 shekels. We then add 1,775 to yield 301,775, and multiply by 2 results in 603,550 men aged 20 or more. See Exodus chapter 38, verse 26. Assuming these were married men with 2 or more children, the total number of people represented by the shekelim reaches 2 million. The word Mishkan comes from the Hebrew word lishkan, meaning to rest, and was considered to be the resting place of the Shekinah, the presence of our Elohim, Yah. The sages sometimes say that the building of the Mishkan is akin to Elohim's creation of the universe itself. The first day heaven spread as a curtain, and building the Mishkan, curtains over the Mishkan. The second day, upper and lower water separated in the building of the Mishkan. The paraket, or the curtain, separates the Kodesh, holy place, from Kodesh HaKodeshim, holy of holies. The third day, the lower waters gathered in the building of the Mishkan, gathering of the people, the Kiyor, or bronze laver. The fourth day, creation of the sun, moon, stars, in the building of the Mishkan, the light of the menorah. The fifth day, creation of the fish and birds. In building of the Mishkan, the Keruvim, the cherubim. The sixth day, creation of Adam in Eden. In building of the Mishkan, dedicated of Aharon as high priest. Seventh day, Elohim rested. In the building of the Mishkan, Shabbat, anointed oil upon the Mishkan. With the Mishkan in place, the book of Exodus comes to a close. Since today there is no physical Mishkan or temple, Avot 3 and 6, Ethics of the Father, is often quoted to encourage Israelites to seek the divine presence. If 10 sit and engage in Torah study, the Shekinah, divine presence, abiding among them, as it is said, quote, Elohim stands in the congregation of Elohim, end quote. That's Psalms chapter 82, verse 1. How do we know that it applies to 5? Because of the verse, quote, he has founded his bunch on the earth, end quote. That's Amos chapter 9, verse 6. And how do we know that it applies even to 3? Because of the verse, quote, he will judge in the midst of the judges, end quote, Psalms chapter 82, verse 1. How do we know it applies to even 2? The verse teaches, quote, then they who feared Elohim spoke one to the other, and Elohim listened and heard, end quote. Malachi chapter 3, verse 16. It applies to even 1, since it is said, quote, in every place where I cause my name to be mentioned, I will come and bless you, end quote. Exodus chapter 20, verse 24. Per Kiavot 3 and 6. This is final book of Shemot, the book of Exodus. We chant Hazak, Hazak, V'nik Hazak, which might be translated as be strong, and we will take strength from you. Happy are those who guard the precepts of Torah. All Israel have a share in the world to come. I am Rabbi Yaakov Halevi from Commandment Keepers in Newark, New Jersey. We welcome you to come and visit Commandment Keepers at 225 East Kennedy Street, Newark, New Jersey, every Saturday at 9:30 a.m. Shalom, shalom.